Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is going to be game two of night two of week one of CSL's Fall Collegiate Counter-Strike season. I am joined by Osto. How are you, my brother?
Living life to the fullest, my friend. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing excellent. Earlier, if you viewers did stick around earlier, we saw a great match between Tennessee and Kentucky. But tonight, we are back for a good old-fashioned Texas brawl. Denton's very own North Texas takes on Longhorns of UT Austin. UT Austin, a phenomenal team from last year, is off on the wrong foot this time around as a loss to Houston in week one. And with North Texas also having taken a loss this time at the hands of UT Arlington, both teams are actually here to try and step their game up to avoid a 0-2 start to the season because no one wants that.
And
Yeah.
honestly, going into this game, I'm gonna have to be favoring UT Austin right off the bat because they had a phenomenal start in their fall season, and
Mm-hmm.
even though they didn't carry it through to an undefeated season in the spring, they still made it into playoffs. And although they did lose in the round of 32, they lost to San Jose, so still not a still not quite an unexpected outcome. So unless North Texas has something up their sleeves, I gotta be favoring UT Austin. So it's all gonna come down to seeing how they're playing this time here on
And
train.
I, in fact, actually have a college degree from UT Austin, so I am
Oh,
contractually obligated to favor them as well. But also
and my
because
name's Austin, so there we
so your
go.
favorite as
So
well.
we're all on board.
Okay. So yeah, this is gonna be another map, another game on train as well that we saw earlier. We saw some really interesting stuff between Kentucky and Tennessee. Um, so what can you also tell us about this map? And I don't know if you remember seeing either of these teams play on this map. If there's anything we can take from last couple of seasons. I know it's been a while, and
Unfortunately, I
there may
haven't.
be some switch ups with roster changes and all that, but
Yeah, of course. And unfortunately, I didn't get to catch much of either of these teams' games, any games in the league so far on train actually. But in my experiences in the past and just throughout pro play, amateur play, train has been shown time and time again to
mm-hmm.
be um, CT sided at this level of play. At the pro level of play, it starts to get a little more. T side starts to have a little bit more. Favoring sometimes when they have all these strats planned out. So if either of these teams has gone into great length to prepare strategies going into this match and has a game plan going on to their T side, I think that's definitely a massive advantage that could really throw them into the win. But I think it's really going to depend on who gets off to a strong CT start on this map because if the T's get off to a good start and are able to just dominate the economy, it's hard for the CTs to fight their way back in. But if the CTs can get off to a good start and get that advantage and then go onto the T side and win that pistol round too, they might have just won the map in that alone because it can be so hard on that CT side getting off to that good start unless you can win the pistol. The rifle rounds and the rounds after that can be much easier if you just hold your angles, hold the sights, hold off the pushes that are coming your way. But if you do have a difficult time in the early game and the T's are allowed to get those rounds, they can dominate you on their CT side if they don't make the same mistakes. So whichever side's gone in and both solidified their defenses and also looked at some degree of strategy to at least get them a few more rounds on the T side might be the team that comes out ahead. The second thing I think to look forward to in this match is Train is an Opera's playground. There's so many angles for them to hold, so many different positions for them to aggress, give up, try to surprise people with on both sites that I think whichever team can really show their dominance with the ops in this match is also going to be very influential. And honestly, that's what I'm looking forward to most is just seeing how both of these teams integrate their ops into their plays. Because if the CT side is able to just hold off with their ops, even after getting off to a bad start, I think that could really be the thing that just changes the match. Or if the T side is able to just go in, get those picks in those commonly played angles, and just try to swarm out onto the sites and then hold those long angles with their ops, it could really be a game that could go either way at literally the click of a button. So I think it's going to be a very interesting match coming up. And honestly, between these two teams, because I did talk about UT Austin,
Mhm.
you know, they went 11-3 last season in the league stages, and then in the playoffs they lost to SJSU. But I mean, North Texas, they went 7-7, so they didn't go negative. And in the fall season, they actually went 5-2. So how many of those maps were actually train, I don't know. But if they are able to bring their highest level play into this game, I think it's going to be a very interesting match ahead of us, and hopefully a very close one.
Yeah, what you're just talking about ops, I think, I think a lot of what you're saying was just talking about in the CT side of things, but as far as ops are concerned, I actually think T side ops are really fun to watch on this map, just because it's not like a map like Dust 2 or Mirage where you take a long angled peek like down mid on either of those maps, or on Overpass where you have like long A sort of stuff like that where you kind of just hold. No, I'm thinking of CT for long A. Oh yeah, actually no, long A. You just peek a really long angle. In this, you kind of have to be super aggressive and up close, and so it allows for some tricky stuff. I'm thinking of oppers like Guardian and JW if you're talking about the pro level for tricky, aggressive stuff, and I think it's actually really fun to watch. But while we're talking, I think it's about time that we get into this. First, we're going to take a tiny itty-bitty break, about 30 seconds. Do not go anywhere.
Only $14.99.
Don't miss the call. Download Band. Communication made easy.
All right, pistol round is done and dusted. Turns out, looks out the Matthew McConaughey fan club one that which is okay. Also, yeah, okay. So UT Austin's team is named Matthew McConaughey fan club, and why is this sound not on? Haha, there we go. Apologies for that. But yes, UT Austin is Matthew McConaughey fan club. North Texas is Mean Green.
I think honestly, we talked about all the strats going into this, but I think UT Austin's pretty much won it. I mean, they're channeling the inner spirits of Matthew McConaughey. The other team just doesn't stand a chance.
So yeah, but
already.
yeah, so during the knife round, Matthew McConaughey fan club did win the knife round, and as we were talking about earlier, how like you want to get a good CT start, they chose the CT side to get started on this.
Yeah, and let's look at what they're going for right off the bat. I mean, North Texas is already going for 4 armored players and a smoke and a flash on Saxon, so really interesting to see where they're going to go with that. Might throw it towards A and try to make a quick hit, but UT Austin, no kits on any of their players, just full armor. They're going to be looking to win these fights, and with North Texas already going over towards the B side, if Debe and I believe it's Kevin Wow over there on the site can't hit their shots, this could be a very devastating round for them.
Well, there's already some good damage laid on Saxon due in part to his own teammate actually knifing him, but that is not going to deter the T's from rushing straight on to the B site, though Kevin himself gets 2 nice headshots. Hold up this site. Balter gets a second to even stop the bomb plant. Now it's just GMO by himself getting plinked out long range by Debe. He was able to take out Kevin Wow, but a very nice pistol round for UT Austin's fan club.
Yeah, just not much to say there. It was just Kevin Wow hitting his shots with the USP. They were trying to get out, trying to just get into the site early, try to just rush out that B ramp and overwhelm the site. And honestly, I think maybe if Saxon's flash would have gotten Kevin, it could have really changed the round. But unfortunately, it didn't, and it just sealed the round up pretty easily for UT Austin. And going into this one, it looks like they did force up onto 4-Tech-9, so if they can get close range and get these shots going, North Texas still has a chance to rip back their first round in the first heat, though.
Oops, why did I hit that?
And Hede actually going to be the first one to find the shot on a Balto over towards the Pop Dog area. Doesn't recover a gun just yet, and Divine actually getting the shot onto Fappy over near Close Train. Divine getting a follow-up over near Ivy. Jackie Chan finally going to trade it out, but it's a 2 versus 4 situation. He's got to get a few more shots to make this more even, and Kevin trying to do what he can, but gets picked off by Hede, and now it's just Jackie 20 HP, and Hede's going to be the one to end it all, and those Tech 9s, especially in the hands of Hede and Divine, are just able to rip apart the UT Austin defense, and I feel like really UT Austin was a little too spread out there. None of the players were really in position to trade the kills, and as North Texas just pushed out, got individual frags, no one was there to trade it, and they were just able to punish that, force it into a 2 versus 5, and there was nothing UT Austin could do.
Yeah, just same thing that we saw on the match earlier today. Do not underestimate the Tech 9s. But actually, that being said, Tevin Wow gets the opening kill with the nice headshot onto Divine, but then 2 of his players got taken out at Ivy as well. And so he stacks and pushing, gets another, gets a 4th for his team, leaving just Fappy. Young Toad has his sights on him and takes him out. So though, conversely, very good anti-ego for Mean Green.
Yeah, I mean, they just didn't really give UT Austin any chance to push in there and get any shots off, but at the same time, UT Austin, not too much invested in the round. Looks like they just want to save up, buy a few pistols this round, buy a little bit of utility, try to even out the money while also looking for some frags. And they're just looking to get those rifles out next round. And you can see a few players still saving, like Balto over with 4150. So I'm wondering if he's just trying to save and get up on an op. Debe also saving with 3150. So next round, definitely going to have the money to buy. And right here, they're just going to be looking to try to get maybe a few AKs off the enemies, or just try to make their expenses this round cost them, because 250 invested in this round, if they can cost them a little bit,
that's a good start.
Really pay off. And Kevin already opening it.
Yeah, it's a good start. GMO does take out Fappy. Not like a follow-up trade, but it's still 1-for-1 right now for both teams. But like you said, yeah, Kevin was able to pick an AK for himself, so if he's able to get a few kills or even just save that. Woo! Jackie Chan peeking out the P250, gets a kill for himself as well. GMO is pushing forward and trying to take him out, but he is running up the ladder and actually still living 19 health. That smoke is going to help the tree. Actually jumps behind them! Takes out GMO. Saxon, though, running in, taking out 2 CT members on his own. 2 for 2 right now. Balto peek on the corner once again to stop the bomb plant. Hede takes him out, but it's still 1-for-1 right now. Jackie Chan with the FROMAS and armor. He actually bought armor into this round, so that's definitely good for him. He is lower health, but he's able to get Hede's position. Just needs to play the clock. 40 seconds left. But Hede had the angle. It was peeking him. So that almost was that was definitely a very good eco round for the fan club. But they almost actually won it. Very amazing.
Honestly, it's easy to say that how they could have won that round, but with them not knowing where the positioning was, it was very hard for them to play. They were trying to recover as many rifles as they can and weren't able to do it in the end. But here we're going to see the first ops come out from both teams, Young Toad and Balto on each. And as we talked about in the pregame, these ops can be very influential. Balto missing his first shot, but let's see if they can do anything going into this round.
Yes, indeed. I'm actually curious on where Young Toad trying to peek out as well, find that ops. This is what I like about. Ooh, both actually missing, both ops missing each other. Though that Saxon did take some damage coming out from Balto, but rushing in, McConaughey fan club seems to be the one cleaning up these kills. It's just Young Toad and Hede left, pushing into the side. Fappy has the angle on Young Toad. Now it's just Hede by himself. He knows where Kevin is, on to 5 health. He actually takes out Fappy first. But Balto has the angle and able to take him out. So good bit of damage, but Matthew McConaughey fan club brings it back on round 5, not letting Mean Green get too ahead with it.
And the terrorists were just trying to push out A main there, try to get out on the site quickly, and maybe they thought that the op was the primary line of defense, because a lot of teams do try to play one towards Ivy, one kind of hanging back near the site, and one over towards connector. So when they saw that one connector, they were kind of just assuming that might have been the default setup from UT Austin, and as they were pushing out, they got proved deadly wrong, as they just got sprayed down by the crossfire setup.
That still doesn't excuse the lack of flashes or smokes that we saw that round. Like that, they just ran in with no utility to back them up. But in any case, looks like they're just going to run straight into B on this kind of sort of half-fight round. Kevin now gets the first kill of this onto Young Toad. Though there has been some... Oh, actually, no. Divine's only at 3 health. He's not dead. Headache is dead. Sax and Divine both very, very low, but Divine gets a kill for himself. Fappy and Kevin Wow also low on the Matthew McConaughey side of things. The Mean Green are still keeping pressure up in Brown Halls, but the bomb is dropped in the middle of the site that the CTs have all but surrounded. Up to them try and retake this. Divine with that AK only able to find 1 kill for himself. It's not really what you want to get when you have a round like this. And this is a weird save for Mean Green, I have to say. I don't know if they had a plan for this or some weird lapse of communication. But if you have a half buy like this, you have some people with upgraded pistols, but like 1 or 2 rifles. You'd think that you'd want the rifles to go in first. But GMO and Divine are the two that are actually the farthest. The two that were the farthest back. Divine peeking out. Maybe you can find. Oh, he is able to find Debe, but Debe goes around the corner just in time before he takes too much damage. They're just trying to get some exit kills at this point, I believe. Looking at the health of Saxon and Divine, both less than 5 HP. There we go. Debe and Jackie Chan both can kill themselves. GMO getting 1, but then Jackie Chan easily turning around and taking him out as well. So only 2 people lost on the side of UT.
Yeah, I don't really know why they went for a bit of a force buy in that situation. I mean, if they didn't, they could have been able to very easily buy rifles going into this round and fight right back into it. But instead, they opt to go for the force, and knowing that they didn't get too many picks on UT Austin the round before, it's not really the smartest of plays because they knew they were going to be walking to rifles. Maybe they were hoping to send the SMGs in first, get the info, and allow their AKs to trade it, but as we can see, that just didn't work out for them, and UT Austin was just able to hold their defense, and I think only lost 1 or 2 players in the end.
Yeah.
So
Balto, though, nice intro kill onto Hede. But this is going to be actually 3 people stacked around Ivy on the T side. Divine pushing forward, the P250, trying to find a kill, gets some damage onto Debe. He's going to be holding that angle. Ooh, sprays through the smoke, almost takes out GMO, but Jackie Chan and Fappy both getting kills for themselves. Fappy pushing forward, finishing it off. Last kill. 1-2 punch, 1 CT distracts, the other 2 come in and clean it up.
Yeah, so very, very expectable, very easy, just cleaned up round from UT Austin. But, I mean, North Texas being green, they aren't really looking to get anything out of that round other than maybe 1 or 2 kills. And Young Toad going to be sitting right back up onto their op here, and it's going to be another battle between Balto and Young Toad. Let's see if that battle A main actually happens again and see if one of them can come out ahead. Balto knows where to aim now, already lowering himself to that crouch position.
Not going for Balto, but he is able to find Fappy. Kevin Wild, though, gets another trade across the map. From that, I believe he actually pushed up into Brown Halls to find that. And now, since he is now back down, just holding that. Oh, no, he actually was able to see through the smoke. So that was, I don't know if that was him smoke that failed or the T smoke that went wrong. But in either case, Kevin comes out on the living side in the end. Need to do a little bit of damage there for Young Toad. But yeah, like you said, he is going to be searching and trying to find that. But that's going to be the rest of the T's pushing onto the A side, coming out from Pop Dog. Gmo is able to take out Balto. And Hede is coming from Ivy. A little slow. The bomb is already on the A site, and he's a little bit laggy. David is spraying down, gets 1. There oh, can't quite get the second, actually. Kevin Wild, though, does get 2, and now it's just Hede left. So maybe having him walking slowly was their plan all along. It's 1v1, and Hede has the health advantage. I don't know if either of them know the other one is, but Hede is going to go around, see if he can't catch someone from behind. That looks to be exactly what he's going to be doing as he just turns the corner. Kevin Wild tapping the bomb, but not looking behind him. Takes a gamble on which way to face. And the Mean Green come out victors in the end.
I mean, you gotta wonder why Kevin's so dead set on it being over from Ivy. You gotta wonder if it was maybe a miscommunication, or maybe he actually did hear Hede somehow from over in that area and just didn't expect the flank that fast, but doesn't really seem to consider the flank as a possibility too much until the very end, and at that point it's already too late. So really interesting, but both teams gonna be able to easily rebuy up here, and Mean Green actually going to be going for that same pick by Young Toad. Ooh. And opens it up onto Fappy.
Oh, he sees a CT, but he knows the flash is coming out, so he had to turn away instead of just going for it. But he's holding that angle. He's expecting the re-peek. That's exactly what happened. So Young Toad gets the opening 2. This is going to open up the A side for his team. Daybang and Kevin Wow, though, both holding down their own section of the map, taking out the bomb, actually dropped that Ivy. Saxon is able to pick it up, though. Now it's just Kevin Wow and Saxon left. This time around, though, the bomb has not been planted. Kevin Wow's flashed up, hiding behind E-Box. But it looks like Saxon's just going to take that bomb all the way to the B site. He knows Kevin Wow. It's right to assume, even if he didn't see Kevin, that Kevin got that kill at Pop Dog and then dropped back down to A because that's where the bomb was dropped. So, oh, okay, why not? Saxon, why not just go for the bomb plant? I guess he wants to go for the sure thing. Oh, okay, I guess. He's got 40 seconds, so I guess he can do what he wants. Okay. I'm a little confused on what he's doing. I don't think he quite knows what he's doing. Kevin's just holding D-Box, holding his angle, going to wait for the bomb plant. He is very low health, so it's, fair. They'd be a little nervous about this. He wants to get as much information as possible, and knowing that it is on the A site. And I think he was actually able to see Saxon jumping across the corner. Okay, I think he is. Nope, I guess he didn't. But is Saxon looking the right way? No, he is not. He's going to tap the bomb. No, he's guessing that he's on the same side as last time, and no! Again, he's guessing it's towards like the east side, the Ivy side of the map, and once again, he is wrong.
I think that was really smart play from Saxon in the end. He was trying to throw off Kevin. He thought that maybe after so much time has passed, Kevin would have rotated over towards B side, would have figured, oh, the bomb would have been planted might now.
Yeah.
And Saxon just able to play him completely. Kevin waiting on the site, but unfortunately the bomb not planted in an open angle for him, so Saxon able to protect that bomb, and in the end it was just a guessing game and Saxon was able to win it.
Well, it was actually the plant that made Kevin think that it was that way, because it was planted for defense from that angle. And so Saxon used that to absolutely fake him out. Divine, though, jumping very aggressively on top of those boxes, able to get a kill. GMO also gets a kill of his own. This is our opening up for Mean Green once again. B-side completely open, but the bomb is actually coming out through Ivy. So here's going to be taken there. Fappy does not get a kill. Saxon takes him out. This is an anti-eco round for Mean Green. So all this stuff really should just be expected. But it's a little bit of... Ooh, some damage getting a heady. Down to 11 health. Jackie Chan was almost able to take him out, but no, Saxon finishes him off before he can do any real damage to the team. Now it's just, once again, it's just Kevin left by himself once again. Why? I don't know why he's always the last one left. Maybe no, it's because Mean Green were always hitting the A side and he's their more dedicated B side player. But anyways, just in with a 5-7. Maybe we can get a kill. Maybe steal the op away. He sees the barrel, pops out. Ooh, just barely gets that kill. He almost whiffed it. Gets a second one. He knows that player's there. He's caught for retreat. Oh, he gets a third. Can he actually get out of this? No, he hard peeked that. The adrenaline rushing through. I don't know if that was a conscious decision or just so much adrenaline that he had to just run around in circles. But he still got 3 kills. That's still a very good eco round. Kind of. I know him and his team wish that he was able to save that op after getting those 3, but nonetheless successful as far as eco rounds are concerned.
Yeah, but it does get him a little bit of extra money in the bank, and as you can see, he uses it all up in this round, going down to $0, so it got him a little bit of extra utility. No head armor, but versus the AKs and ops, that's not really what you want, so it's going to be a full rifle round, not an op on the board from either team. A little bit of team damage coming out, but the fight already ensuing over near the A site.
Ooh, that nade should get... Yeah, there we go. Should finalize that kill. Balto taking out Divine. But actually, I don't... No, I think Kevin may have heard that ladder, but no, it looks like he's falling back. Gonna take a farther angle now that his smoke has faded. Can't abuse that smoke corner. Oh, though! A lot of trades happening down around Ivy. This is gonna allow Heady to push through, as he's the only one left. It's 3-on-3 right now. Smoking off the cross, so the Molly is gonna keep him there. Instead, he's just gonna run through his own smoke. Shots fired through. I don't know if it's because... Oh, no, it's because they did see him run through. But no, this is the B side open. That's going to be Kevin Well. Spoke himself off, but he is caught between 2 people. Yet again, Young Toad just sprays him down easily with the AK. Now, oh, Heady. Yeah, you can see them just a little bit through the smoke, I believe. If not, if he may have just heard them. And he gets the double spray down at the end to secure this for North Texas. And they... Looks like they're starting to run away with this, because UT don't have enough to buy up. They have to save, and this is going to This should, unless, some miracle ego round comes out, this should put Mean Green 4 rounds ahead. On the T side, no less.
In that 3-on-3 retake, I'm really confused as to why UT Austin decided to go jumping through that smoke when they knew there was a player on the other side that had already sprayed down one of the players. There's always the possibility the player could have, ran away, and I think that's what they were banking on, but it just doesn't work out for them in the end, and I think they really threw away an opportunity at the end of that round.
Well, the kill, to be fair, the kill on Kevin didn't come from the player coming from CT. It came from the player down in the middle of the site. And so maybe they didn't realize that he was being shot from 2 directions. But in all honesty, they also could have known, because Kevin looks like he was looking at him before turning away to look at the one who ended up going.
More importantly, we're seeing a double op setup coming out over here.
Here we go.
UT Austin.
Where are these going to be taken?
Fappy picking up the op, and this time actually both ops being played over towards the A site. They're both honed in on this A main area.
Ooh.
Fappy gonna be able to get a kill. Balto falling though, so one op already down, but it's gonna be Fappy, and this is the first time we've seen him with all games. So let's see what he can do.
Divine is rushing in on the A site and taking these entries, getting 2 more kills for himself. Debe ends up shutting it down, but this is still a 3-2 advantage for Mean Green. And that is not even taking into consideration that Debe is down to 21 health. Has the bombs going to be flashing himself out. Debe, though, sneaking around E-Box, is able to take out GMO before YungToad takes out his teammate Kevin. So now it's just 1 versus 2 right now. He has, well, no, he has an M4, so it's not exactly one hit kill. Anyway, it doesn't matter. YungToad's just going to spray down with the help of Saxon. Bomb plant also goes down at the end, so that's even more money for Mean Green. Matthew McConaughey gonna have to, fan club is gonna have to save up yet again.
I do like UT Austin's adjustment to North Texas's play though, because they knew that the aggression was coming from A main every round, so they played both ops there, and in their defense, it did help them get a trade frag, but they just weren't able to stop Divine, who just ran in when it was basically a headshot machine.
Woo!
I think he single-handedly picked off both of their offers. And honestly, I think he was mainly the reason they won that round.
That was a fast round. You didn't even finish your analysis before it was over.
No, I mean, North Texas has really been doing a great job in these anti-ecos of just completely shutting down UT Austin, too.
Yeah.
No real opportunity for them to get a little bit of economy built up, get some guns off them, and that's why, honestly, every round they're stuck in this buy-save rotation. So now they've got to get this 5th round so that if North Texas gets the first pistol round, they're not at a risk of just instantly losing the game.
Yeah. Though Divine, he's just going to keep making that harder and harder. His entries have been on point this second half of this first half, if that makes any sense. Balto and Fappy, though, both with their ops. No, actually, Balto's just with the M4 this time around, but either way, both have something safer. But Hede does even it up 3-on-3 right now. Hede's actually in the middle of the site. He does hear Balto coming around that corner, easily takes him out. Now he's actually on the bomb plant site, though he may get caught with a nade in his hand. No, he is able to throw that, and that smoke is going to protect him just in case Kevin wanted to push through that fire. It says it's going to be Debe coming around the side. 2-on-2 left. Debe through the smoke, able to spray down GMO. It's just on Saxon to try and defend this. Not going to happen. Kevin peeks around the corner, easily takes him out. Debe.
And honestly, I think that round's a beautiful example of what UT Austin's problem has been the entire first half. They just can't win those one-on-one aim duels against North Texas. And North Texas, you can see Divine, you can see Hede, you can see Saxon. You can see these players really showing up. It even shows up on the scoreboard. They are just consistently winning these fights. And UT Austin, while they are getting trade frags, they just are usually going 2-1, and usually they're favoring North Texas, and it's so hard for them to break out of that.
It's interesting, though, because when you look at the scoreboard, the kills on UT Austin's side of things, they're not ridiculous. Oh, I'm talking. This is not even halftime. This is... Oh, no, that was halftime. Okay, I can talk. They were pistols, so I was a little confused.
Yeah, it's weird.
When you look at the scoreboard, the kills aren't actually that much different, or deaths either. It's just a few here or there, which just goes to show how close a lot of these rounds that Matthew McConaughey fan club have been. That they've always been so close. It's been a lot of like 1v1s, 1v2s at the end that Mean Green just keeps ending up coming out on top. In fact, I believe because of that, their economy never ran out of control, and I think we saw 1 or 2 times where even after a victory, Mean Green had to buy UMP on one of their members, or had maybe like slightly less utility. But because Matthew McConaughey never strung a series of these together outside of these 3 right here, round, what is that, 5, 6, and 7? Mean Green never fell into a hole because they just kept winning.
Yeah, but I mean, also, just in terms of frags, because you did mention the how North Texas's scoreboard is looking a little bit more spread out among the players. You got to look at UT Austin. The highest count is on Kevin, 15 and 12. The rest of their players are close, but they're close around the 9 to 10 range.
That's true.
And if you look over towards North Texas, you're going to see that they don't have a massive gap other than GMO between most of their frags.
That's true.
But the other thing is, you got to consider as well, the frags between these 2 teams are not massively different. The frags are still pretty similar, but the impact of North Texas's frags onto the UT Austin side have been so significantly greater that we have this massive score gap.
Exactly.
And going into this round, 4 armored players from UT Austin, utility on Fappy. He's got to make that utility work, got to get his team into the site. Smoke already going down, but Fappy falls instantly.
Why is he going in first is the question. He doesn't have armor. It doesn't matter. Jackie Chan is there to back him to get revenge. And this is... They're actually going behind and going to the B site. But the bomb is actually going up currently in through Brown Halls.
Yeah, it looks like this might be either... I like that they actually have the bomb up in the halls. It gives them potential for a fake. And right now, with the score being so close, Kevin really has the potential, but just going to go in for the plant. Makes this a 3 versus 2 situation, and no kit anywhere to be found for North Texas in a 1-on-3.
Ooh, actually, Divine, I expected Divine to take that aim duel with the USB, catching him off guard. But it doesn't matter because... Last 3 remaining members of Matthew McConaughey fan club do end up taking this, and this is going to help keep them alive. They are only down 4 points, but if they did lose that pistol round, it would be safe to assume that Mean Green would be up to their 14th round by the time, or at least 13th, by the time Matthew McConaughey could buy again.
Yeah, but the important thing is, this even happened last half. UT Austin did get the first pistol round, but North Texas was able to immediately come back in, snag the eco round away, so they've got to be careful this round because these 5.7s of the CZ, very dangerous guns and already going up for a fight, and they win the first one.
Yeah, but they do know that it's a big giant C-Teen save train coming up, and so that's just going to lead Matthew McConaughey fan club through Ivy onto the A site. However, Mean Green are adapting to this and actually spreading out a little bit. If you're looking at Pop Dog, a little bit of native damage coming out, but yet a single member of Mean Green is yet to die. Well, okay, now GMO does. But Divine takes the second kill. Davey trades it back onto Hede. 3-on-3 still, and Saxon was able to pick up a UMP from that kill in upper halls. Gets a spray down right before the smoke blooms. David pushing forward, then wants to trade. That actually spins around, takes out Young Toad, and it's just Saxon Divine left. 2 versus 2. Bomb is yet to be planted yet, and Saxon has been taken out. It is just Divine with only 10 health. With the UMP... It looks like he wants to save around and maybe try and get a kill. If he can peek out, no. Kevin turned around just in time. See that peeking, able to take him out.
I mean, at that point, you got to wonder at what point does Divine just go back and save? Because as you can see, this round, they're pretty much not going to invest anything. They'd be a little stupid too, other than the occasional P250 because rifles next round. But the UMP this round still could have got some of those AKs off, brought those into the rifle round, but instead he goes for the fight in a 1-on-2 with no kit. And honestly, your chances there aren't great. So he should, and 10 health as well. So why not just save the UMP, bring it into this round, and try to throw them off because they know this round's just going to be pistols. But either way, full pistols going into this round, and it's going to be rifles on the opposite side. But Balto already taking a bit of damage.
Yeah, but that still shouldn't really mean much.
Shouldn't really mean much, but every little bit
may,
counts.
yeah, you're right.
Forces him, because as you can see, his armor too lowered to 72. If it forces him to rebuy Kevlar, I mean, that's an additional 650 spent by him.
Yeah.
So every little bit counts, and if they can work together, get 1 or 2 of these rifles picked off just by pure numbers alone, it could really mean a lot for North Texas going into the next round. But as of right now, it's not looking like it's going to favor them. Utility already raining out, and it's going to be a B-site take with all 5 terrorist players.
Jackie Chan finds the first member of Mean Green chilling on the site. Does not find the kill though long range. That smoke is going to help them get this bomb plant down and set up in post position. GMO does get a kill after Jackie Chan. So they are trading a little bit. Gets a second one actually. 3-on-3 still. Kevin takes out Youngto and gets another one on Divine. It's just a GMO left. They know exactly where he is. Balto peeks out, takes that final kill. So, looked like it could have been a little better. It looked like it could have gone a little worse for McConaughey, but they do finish up at the end. They only lose 2 people, which is never good, especially when you look at the money that they had. It's not like it wasn't perfect. It looks like they do have enough to full buy anyway.
Yeah, but as you can see, Jackie Chan, $300. If they lose this round,
Exactly.
they might be able to force a buy next round, but it'll be very spread out. And if North Texas can rip this round away, I think they really have the potential to string together these rounds and increase their lead back out to where it was.
Kevin Wow pop flashing himself out. He does know that there's a CT player there. He did bait out a flash of his own. While we're talking, though, GMO was able to take a kill for himself. Looks like he peeked up, actually, Brown Halls to take out Fappy. Ooh, Kevin almost got taken out. That smoke barely saving his life, actually. Blooming right. And the shots got fired at him. Oh, no, but yeah, Hede heard that jump. Spraying through the smoke. Doesn't get too much damage. Why am I stuck on this guy? I should be spreading around because there's more action happening. Divine ends up taking on Jackie Chan. Kevin well, Hede. I'm sorry, I gotta reset myself. Now it's a 1v2. Kevin versus Young Chode and GMO. Kevin gets one, sets it for a 1v1. Once again, Kevin being the last person alive, and he has the bomb, trying to pick it up. He does not know where GMO is, who is hiding behind the bomb plant site. Sneaking around. Oop, no, he may have seen that elbow. Kevin Wow gonna actually bait out a peek with that. No, they're just gonna play Ring Around the Rosie right now. GMO should... Kevin may have just barely snuck past that. Because
I wonder if GMO's playing with 4x3.
Oh, I don't. Maybe sometimes it's hard to tell if they see what you see. Sometimes it's hard to tell if like the silhouette is only what's showing to us, like over that little box, or if they are also.
It was only
the head.
a few pixels of his head that shown.
Yeah.
I don't think GMO picked it up. I think it was just too small.
Yeah. But that is gonna allow Fan Club to get the bomb plant. Kevin gonna play out the molly up just so he can cut off one of the angles of attack, at least temporarily. GMO now knows where the bomb is, but he has no idea where Kevin is. Kevin heard that, peeks up, easily sprays down GMO. So that's gonna be the 9th round for UT Austin. They are picking this back. I didn't expect. I mean, with the round lead that Mean Green had, I didn't expect this to come back to a quite likely 10 for 10.
Well, early on in the second half, I mean, UT Austin's just really picked up on the frags. You can see Kevin sitting 24-12. You could see in the pistol round, Jackie Chan sitting with a 4K, and those were on the influential rounds. They've got 2 fairly easy, clean away rounds that North Texas has been able to get something out of. But the primary rounds, these players are just starting to step up, and if they continue in this form, it's going to be very difficult for North Texas to fight back in.
Ooh, Divine actually with the CZ piece that takes out Balto, who has not actually been having the best of games this second half. So the CZ are doing some good work. Kevin Wow, he does dink. He is dinked by Hede, but he is able to take him out before he does. Divine gets a second kill for himself with the CZ, pushing very aggressively up a main. I think he hears Kevin walking up those stairs. He definitely does now.
Yeah, that's my bad. I thought you were coming.
Know that. Okay, I need to shut these people up.
And with an op on the flank, if he so much as sees anyone, they're pretty much dead. And Kevin at 27 HP, he can pretty easily be CZ'd off. And looks like that's what Divine's going to go for. A 2 versus 4. Divine looking for the ace. Oh, and he's not quite going to get it, but Saxon going to come through, and Mean Green going to pick up that eco round that I personally wasn't expecting him to grab. But Divine doing massive work, going up behind, getting those 2 frags in the end, and just being able to push through and win those one-on-one fights. That is not a situation UT Austin should ever have allowed him to be in, to initially take those fights and be able to recover that op in the end.
Yeah, I just pulled a very, very big industry taboo of messing with options while the round was still going on. So I terribly sorry.
DDoS, it's your fault.
Terribly sorry that we do that. Sometimes I forget that I'm the deserver feed. Ooh, Fappy with a nice headshot onto GMO to open this round for Mean Green, who also, that last round was their first round this half. Kevin Wow, though, trading it out. Not trading, we're talking about the same team. Why am I always so confused? Gets a second kill for his team. Matthew McConaughey, they did
really
lose
needs this round. Otherwise, they're going to get reset.
Yeah. A little sloppy there, but he ends up getting the kill in the end. He's down to 14 health. I'm talking about the Kevin, of course. Jackie Chan also... Ooh, Headache finishes, takes out 2 actually, with very, very low health. 1 versus 2. 6 health. It's very unlikely to be able to do this now that the bomb is planted, but it is still, no, yeah, it is still likely.
Yeah, if he can hit a
nope,
headshot,
he found that op. He's going to want to save that. Yeah, because he's backing away. Going to try and save that.
But I wonder if they're going to send Kevin to hunt, because, I mean, 14 HP, there's only so much area you can go around with the bomb. Might as well try to go and pick that off him.
Mm-hmm.
They should know that he's tagged at least a good bit. Maybe not as low as he is, but looks like everybody's just going to save their rifles. Smart play, and I like that Hetty doesn't go in that situation for the 1 versus 2, because A, he doesn't have a kit, and B, he knows his team's about to get reset, and he wants to put his op on his team's side to give them the better chance and try to prevent this round from being tied up. And this allows his team to force back into this and try to get something out of it. Because if Youngto can get these picks, if the rifles on Divine and Saxon and the UMP of Hetty can get the shots that we know they can, North Texas could rip this round right back and force UT Austin into a save of their own. So it's all going to depend on the crucial frags here. Kevin Wow already going for a fight against Hetty, and we're going to have to see how these play out.
This buy may be a death, well, not a death sentence, but like they may actually end up shooting themselves in the foot because they did reset their round loss bonus. Oh, Balto. Ooh, no, GMO actually able to take out Balto with his Deagle. Saxon also takes out Jackie Chan, so Mean Green are actually doing good with this buy. Fappy does take out GMO. Saxon through the smoke. It's just Kevin and Davey left, and they know where the bomb is. That smoke is going to try and block it off, but oh, Davey's going to spray, no, sorry, Divine spraying through the smoke, takes out Davey. And it's just Kevin left. He was able to pick up the bomb, but he cannot retreat for Divine is there. So never mind. It did work out in the end. I was going to say, because if Mean Green lost that, they would have had to double save because they lost their round loss bonus with because of round 20.
Here's the thing about that. Having been reset, they knew that UT Austin had a massive advantage. They knew that should have been a round that they could have easily cleaned up if they saved. They knew that next round, if they lost that round, they would have to save regardless. So I think they were figuring, why not go for it, try to prevent them from tying it up. One way or another, we have rounds to work with.
That's true.
We'll be able to get another buy on the board. And it ended up working out for them, but they're going to have to hold off against this 5-man pistol rush because these P250s close range are deadly.
Oh, they don't check the corner. GMO gets the spray down, stopping the bomb pan. Shit. There we go. Gets a second kill for himself. I think it was happening around the map too. It's just Kevin. It's always Kevin left, and it's not even because he's lurking this time. It's always Kevin left. Well, I guess it's because he's actually lurking this time rather than just being on the wrong bomb. He would pick up an AK though, so if he runs being able to save this is definitely what I think is the right call. But he's gonna be running straight into Hetty, right down the ladder, sees the foot, sprays him down. Mean Green up 13-10. They are nearing the end of this map, and after this relatively nice comeback from how far down they were, being stopped right now is not what UT wants.
I was interested in what UT Austin would do this round, because if they forced, which they did choose to do, their next rifle round would be round 15. If they didn't, the next rifle round is round 14. I actually like that they go for it here, because if they lose this, they have a chance to play for overtime with a better situational advantage in terms of or economic advantage in terms of their guns. Whereas if they saved this round and just went for the full-on force buy next round with as much utility, as much firepower as they could get, if they lost that, they're pretty much out of the game.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a testament to how well Kevin and Jackie Chan can show up with these Galils. We've seen them get the high frags before, and Jackie Chan already trading with Kevin getting one of his own, but a 2 versus 3.
Fappy though, even it up, making it on 2-on-2, and they are on the site. That Molly not going to hit anyone though, as Hede has already pushed through onto the site. Seeking around, getting a kill onto Fappy. Bomb does go down, but he just turns the corner and takes out that last radiant memory and gets the defuse. So this Mean Green still up 14-10. The half buy, almost corner side, whatever, 90%, 80% buy does not work out. GMO also picking up an op for his team. This is going to be Mean Green up 14-10 to 10.
So now it's going to be another question of, is UT Austin going to force here?
Yeah.
Or are they going to save and play for overtime? It's going to be decided here in a few seconds, and honestly, I like them just saving.
Yeah.
here.
No. Oh.
And it looks like it's going to be
Nope.
a force on the Tech 9s.
Tech
I
9
actually
armor.
like
Let's
this one.
go.
I actually like this play. I didn't really consider it. I figured they'd be forcing up onto rifles, but the Tech 9s are actually a good middle ground. If they lose this, you can see most players around 2K,
Yeah.
they'll be able to buy up next round.
Yeah.
Admittedly, maybe not ops, but AKs.
Yeah.
And these Tech 9s close range, we've seen them before. We've even seen them this game. They can really tear
Woo,
them apart.
as we-
Kevin's
yeah.
already proving it.
Exactly. He gets 1 kill for himself. Molly's going to push him back. That flash actually didn't flash Saxon. He was hiding behind E-Box. Gets 1. Ooh, Davey actually takes him out. It looks like he took some team damage earlier as well, so that helped him out. Young Toad not pulling the trigger. In fact, swapping out his gun. And he actually misses the second time around. He must be kicking himself for that, because UT is still up a man 4 versus 3, even able to pick up an M4 that is on Kevin. I really think he should trade that over to another player, but as well, he's been shooting. I understand him keeping it. GMO, though, takes out Balto. Jackie Chan pushing through, trying to catch GMO off guards, and he does, even able to get the bomb plant. It is Young Toad. Peek around the corner, and Davey and Jackie Chan both get the final 2 kills. So this force up actually worked wonders. Picking up 2 rifles, one of them an AK, and an AWP as well.
Yeah, and the thing is here, look at North Texas's money. Look at Mean Green's money. They have a good bit of money on Young Toad, but
Yeah.
a lot of their players sitting around 3K, they're forced here onto a force, but still, UT Austin has to be very careful, because if they get ecoed here, the game's over.
Yeah.
Fappy gonna have to hit his shots here. He can't allow these pistols to push up close and get the frags that honestly lost UT Austin a lot of their earlier rounds, and lost North Texas a lot of their earlier rounds, and helped to lose Mean Green the previous round.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be a question of how far up are Mean Green gonna be able to push, and
Well, Saxon.
gonna be able to push up pretty close.
He looked like he didn't recognize Davey as a terrorist at first until he started firing at him, but he's still able to get the headshot and back away. Hede also peeking out and getting a kill of his own onto Hede. Peeking forward, trying to get a third. I believe that was, yeah, Op actually missed him as well, so he's still able to back off. I know he wants that rifle, but with that T presence there, he can't get it. And I will point out as well, Divine. Ooh, Saxon get a kill. Oh, and then the crossfire taking out Fappy. It's just Jackie Chan. So you're talking about wanting to get ecoed? That's exactly what's happening.
And also no kills on any counter-terrorists until right then.
Oh.
They were able to get a flawless eco round going until Jackie Chan, and now he's got to pull off a miracle. 2 AKs, and they have head armor on 2 of the North Texas players, and Jackie Chan about to encounter Young Toad, and he's not going to be able to do it. So, UT Austin, they're not broke, but they're a bit shattered. They're going to force up. They're going to actually get an op on Davey, who's probably going to drop that over to Balto, it's looking like. And Balto's going to have to hit these shots. He's 7-21 right now. If there was any time for him to come alive, it would be right now. And actually, Fappy going to be looking like the one to do it. I don't really agree with that. I think they might have wanted to drop it to Balto, but maybe he's not feeling it right now.
No, Balto has not been having a good game.
So, just going to be sitting on a Tech 9 and going down into Pop Dog. Could have been a situation, but it looks like it's going to be a fake towards the A site. Fappy and Balto already opening it up, and a 3 versus 5 very early on.
Yeah, Saxon answers back with the kill for himself, but Jackie Chan, though, pushing for it as follow-up entry, you could say. Even gets the bomb plant as well. It's just 2 versus 4 now. Fan club not falling to the pressure. Fappy just looking behind them, make sure they don't get a flank. But this looks to be Saxon and GMO actually pulling back and saving. None of their money isn't that great. And this save would be the thing that allows them to buy up into round 16. You don't want to force this and just think, oh, we're at match point. Let's just, whatever, just try and finish it. Like because if you do that, you can end up basically shooting yourself with the foot. It's not like UT Austin is that far behind. They're about to get their 12th point this time around. They're only 3 points behind. And with how, unless taking eco victories, eco upsets out of the equation, that's really just 2 rifle rounds that you have
and
to
you also
hold
got to
off.
look at the economy here. Look at the economy on North Texas' side.
Exactly.
I think it was 5,000 was the most, but they're still gonna buy up here. They have just enough to force it
Because of
and
those saved rifles.
Honestly, UT Austin is not going to be able. They're not going to be able to save it all the rest of this half. So they're just going to force up every round. So North Texas is figuring they're going to have their best at every round. They're not going to save going into this. If those rifles hadn't have been recovered, they probably would have saved, got one more rifle round out, and if they lost that, it probably would have been overtime.
Woo!
But they're going to just try to force up, take this fight, and so far it's going UT Austin's way.
Yeah, 2-for-1 trade so far happening. UT pushing it onto the A side. Jackie Chan actually pushing very aggressively. Davey just barely sees Divine over the smoke. Fappy getting a kill for himself. It's just going to be GMO left. It looks like he's going to... I don't know if he's going to want to go for this. May wait for smokes to fade. But it is 1 versus 4, so maybe saving this is the right option. Though he knows Wrestling seems to have to save next round regardless of whether he saves that rifle or not. So yeah, it looks like he tried to flash himself out and it did not work. But that's going to be... This is going to be
close.
Yeah, it's going to be 15 to 14.
North Texas is going to have to save this round. They're going to have to win next round to prevent it from going overtime. And UT Austin, you know, they don't have the option to save. They're just going to keep on forcing. And North Texas knows that. So they have 1 Deagle on GMO. If he feels confident with it, I mean, by all means. But this isn't looking like a round that UT Austin are looking to get ecoed on. And honestly, they really shouldn't be with not even a 5-7 on the board. And I like, though, that North Texas is putting all their players over towards the A site. They do have Young Toad kind of, you know, in the rotate spot connector looking towards B. So they're stacking it, hoping they can get some rifles out of it. But I also like the UT Austin is pushing together as a unit onto this site. They know they have the equipment advantage, and now it looks like it's just going to be an easy site take for them. This allows North Texas to go on a 4-man retake, but they're so scattered across the map, it's not looking like it's going to have very much success. Maybe Divine can get this pick onto Kevin and get them a rifle out of this, but the rest of the players are just looking for exits. And that is exactly what Divine's going to do. So should save this AK, and actually it looks like he wants to go for it. Not really a smart decision, and Fappy's going to punish him for it. And he wants to grab that AK. A little skeptical of Fappy, but it's going to be a very easy round for UT Austin, and that's going to lead us into round 30 here between these two Texan teams. And it's going to be a close one. UT Austin have really come alive here in the second half, and North Texas are really going to have to channel the aim that they had in the first half and some of the rounds this half to just come out and pull this into a win. Young Toad not looking like he's going to be able to get an op, so that's an advantage going towards the UT Austin side, and Fappy's really come alive with this op, so if Fappy's able to hit his shots here, it's going to be most likely going into overtime.
Yeah, absolutely. Just going to get on him to see where he tries to take that. Looks going to go aiming, peek out, catches across, and even gets the shot onto Divine, who has actually been one of the most impactful players on Being Green. So if there's a pick that you want to get, that is definitely one of them. Everyone also sitting in the smoke, able to get, just barely sees over the side of it, able to take out Head A. So there's 2 kills already. It is now up to UT to not throw this round if they want to take it into overtime.
And, I mean, only one player having been damaged on the terrorist side in the name of Kevin. Saxon gonna actually pick off that one. A little unfortunate. The headshot a little bit wasted, but a 3 versus 3 as GMO gets a second kill.
Fappy does not get the flick or second one, but they do know where these last 2 players are. Oh, there we go. He gets the second time. Jackie Chan also takes that Young Toad. It's just Saxon left right now. Here's the bomb. It tries to rush through, but it's on the other side. Too late. Bomb plant still goes down. Gets 1 kill, though. But now they know where he is. Fappy holding the angle. If he peeks out a little bit, he could see him dropping down. There he goes. He takes it out. This is going to bring it to overtime.
Jump. I think it was an unfortunate jump that he didn't mean to make there. And
yeah.
Maybe he would have been able to get that kill, but I like the crossfire they had set up. Fappy ready to trade that. So even if he did land that headshot, it wasn't going to be an easy task for him to win the round. But you got to give props to UT Austin. They fought their way back into this from a 5-10 half up here into 15-15 after getting ecoed on a very crucial point in the latter half of the second half.
And we are seeing 2 30 bombs, one on each of these teams, one onto Saxon, another one onto Kevin. And so definitely,
honestly, I think that one of the things that UT Austin needs to have to pull off a win here Balto's got to start showing up.
Yeah.
If Balto showed up earlier, I think this game is UT Austin's. But look at the stat distribution on Mean Green's side, and then look at the stat distribution on UT Austin's side.
Yeah.
And you can see that Davey, Fappy, Jackie Chan, Kevin Wild, they've all had these great moments where they've pulled out 4Ks, pulled out 3Ks, been able to pull these rounds from the very brink or just completely stomp them from the very beginning. Balto really hasn't had that. We've seen him get one frag to entry a site or one frag in the oncoming team fight, but he hasn't really shown up in too many situations, and he's died the most out of anyone on his team. Meanwhile, on the North Texas side, the lowest kills are 15 and 15, and these players have even started to show up. Like GMO, he was a little lacking towards the first half, but we saw him start to come alive in the latter half of the second half. Young Toad hitting some very influential op shots early on in the first half, but
Yeah.
I think that these players that have really been falling off or haven't really shown up need to start showing up here in overtime. This is the place to do it. This is the time to do it. And honestly, I think whichever team's players show up first is going to be the team to win it.
Absolutely. I'm assuming these players are actually should be just getting back from bathroom breaks. Why they've been?
Yeah, I think they're just taking a little bit of a delay, rest up, maybe talk out some strats. I think they're also trying to figure out if it's MR3 or MR5. Do you know the answer to that?
I think it's 3. Because
Yeah,
I mean
I think
that's
it is
what
3.
the server is set on, and this is done through
I think that's
CEVO
CEVO
servers.
standard too.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm assuming that it's.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a standard, and like we're CEVO rules, and you'd think that if CSL established their own rules to make it MR5, it would be preset in the server. So yeah, MR3.
Yeah. I mean, oh, look at these sprays. Look at that.
Look at that knife.
Maybe they'll play a game of tic-tac-toe. Let's see. Hetty, come on. What's your move gonna be? I think that's a little big for tic-tac-toe, Hetty. Oh. Hetty issuing that he's gonna clutch and instantly get shut down by Fappy.
This is top tier Counter-Strike analysis, folks.
Honestly, I think it's important to get into the mindset. You can really see Hetty's anger towards having this be an overtime game. And you can really see his determination as he goes for the knife fight versus Fappy, considering it, looking to jump onto the pipe, not going to be able to pull it off. And Fappy going to win that one-on-one. Fantastic Counter-Strike here.
Where are
Oh,
they?
Young Toad trading the kill. I think they're wherever they want to be, man.
No, I
I
mean,
think
like,
they're going wherever they want to.
like, come on, these are some long bathroom breaks.
Man, I mean, they played a lot of Counter-Strike, drank a lot of Gatorade. Gotta get that energy up. Maybe their 5-hour energies are wearing out and they just need a little bit more. Oh, Adhere wants to see Davey. They say he's cute. Can you show them a little bit of Davey? He's evidently he's pretty cute.
That's all I got, guys.
That's all he's got. Look at that.
Look at that nice Glock. Ah, here we go. Finally.
There we go. Oh, are we gonna play Counter-Strike? I thought we were. I was having a pretty good time. Can we go back to that? It is gonna be the same setup it was in CT side, North Texas, and UT Austin.
Woo! Here we go.
Side. So it's gonna be a question of has North Texas adjusted this, and Divine gonna grab an auto.
Here we
shot
go.
out of that. And I think this is gonna be going straight towards A main.
Where's he
I think
taking this?
He's gonna go in. He's gonna spray towards A main instantly, and that would be the wrong call because they're going over towards B. And
Oh, is he
Divine,
going up to heaven?
he actually is aiming towards A main.
But he's going up heaven. I guess I don't know if that's where I'd put it. But then
I
again,
think it
I'm
is a
not
good
a,
choice,
I'm not
though.
a semi-pro collegiate player myself.
I
So
think it is a
what do
good
I know?
choice. Because the auto sniper, especially with them rushing out onto these sites constantly, I think it's a good choice for them to try to adjust to it. And it's just unfortunate that UT Austin thought that North Texas would adjust to their play and decided to actually make this a B take, where right now it's only GMO with a little bit of assistance from Young Toad holding the site. So if they pick GMO, and they don't get shot by Young Toad. They have the site, and here comes the take.
That Molly's actually going to delay the take of half of it. And Young Toad spraying through the smoke, trying to get some more kills. Ooh, Divine with the auto sniper gets two through the smoke anyway. GMA lobbing a nade up, trying to take out David. Bounces off and actually doesn't really do any damage. But this, he is able to still get the kill. In the end, it's just Kevin. Wow. Kevin, why are you always alive?
Man, he's just here. He's waiting for his time, but you can see really that's the situation Divine wanted the auto sniper for.
Yeah.
He was waiting for them to push together because they know they've been pushing as a team. They know that every round that UT Austin's won, it's usually been a push as a team onto these sites. It's very rarely one person going in, getting the entry, and the team following up. So Divine just trying to get that spray down onto the team as they enter, and as he sees the smoke pop, he's figuring there's players in that smoke, sprays it down, gets one, gets the bomb, and with the op shots through the smoke as well, which I found a little insane from Young Toad, it just finishes off the round very early on, and UT Austin not able to pull anything out of it.
Not a single member of North Texas fell that round either way, so that must be a really big confidence booster for Mean Green and a really big demoralizer for Matthew McConaughey fan club. By the way, Young Toad got flashed up. He's going to hold the angle anyway. Doesn't get peeked though. This is going to be Fappy and Jackie Chan pushing out through. Fappy getting the first kill onto Young Toad, onto the A site. They're looking for more. Fappy and Balto both taking two of their own, but Divine does take out Jackie Chan with that auto sniper before he gets felled. So this is definitely a complete 180 from what we saw last round. Just Hede and GMO left to try and retake this. All the angles being covered. Balto peeks out, finds it in the middle of the fire, but he's able to jump that easily enough. Now it's just GMO. Look, no, he's actually going to push directly through the smoke, or multiple smokes as it were. Fappy just takes him out. So it's still tied, 16-16.
You can see Fappy's still carrying into this half, but Balto's starting to show up a little bit too. You saw him hit the headshot onto the player on site, and I think he got a follow-up kill onto one more player. I forget who it was, but you can see UT Austin's not quite out of it yet, and I think that round's a perfect visualization of what's been happening this entire game, because it's been a constant series of one team crushing another team one round, and then the next round they just fall off, and it's just been a complete 180. And I think that's just been the entire series between these two, and it's gonna depend on who can get this round and who can come out ahead in the second half of overtime.
That nade actually not doing any damage, surprisingly. So UT Austin. Divine gets the first kill yet again on Kevin, but Young Toad behind E-Bucks takes two before he falls. It's just Balto and Davey left.
Come on, Balto, it's your time to show up now. It's going to be Hede to claim the kill. So 17-16 favoring the counter-terrorist side, and if North Texas can get off to that strong start they had over on their terrorist side, I think that UT Austin's out of it. So UT Austin needs to solidify their CT side. They need to figure out what they want to do here that they didn't do before that can win them this game. Because if they allow North Texas to just do what they had been doing, just force in, get the picks, win the rounds, with 2 rounds between Mean Green and the win, I don't think it's going to be going UT Austin's way if they allow that to happen.
Yeah.
So it's really going to be a testament to have they learned anything about Mean Green's playstyle during this match. You'd assume they would have on the terrorist side, but there's a massive difference between attacking an enemy's defense and figuring out those weak points than attacking an enemy's defense, thinking about their defense, thinking about what they're expecting and how they'd attack their own defense, and being able to tear that apart.
Yeah, and just looking at what...
Oh, go ahead.
No, just looking at the scoreline from either half, I think this definitely favors Mean Green right now, because we saw they went 10-5 in the first half, and not due in part to he kind of, I'm not gonna say fell off, but he wasn't shining as much in the second half. But the first half, Divine I think was doing some amazing entry fragging, and so if he continues to be on that level, if he didn't fall off just because of, I don't know, relaxing more on the CT side of things, that'll definitely secure this for Mean Green.
So we really got to show. I think this first round of the second half, while it might not end everything at once, I think it's going to prove to us whether UT Austin has learned Mean Green's playstyle on offense from playing their defense, which is an incredible skill. And I think if UT Austin are able to pull through this and pull off a win, I think that they're an incredibly smart team that's able to just tear apart another team mid-game, figure out what they're strong at, and be able to capitalize off their defenses.
Or not just learn their attack based on the defense, but also just if they remember anything from the first half. Because with the scoreline as that, you kind of I could see how some players may unconsciously kind of block it out and try and let's just forget about what happened and play the second half as best we can. Ooh, while we're talking, we actually have sounds like some bullets being fired.
You also got to
Balto?
remember though, a lot of the rounds in the first half got torn away because economy wasn't great in overtime.
Yeah.
That restriction goes away, and right now the fight's about to happen, and we're gonna see if UT Austin can pull it ahead. And I might actually be wrong. It looks like they're falling back.
Kevin Wow, though, doing his thing again, pushing very aggressively, is able to find a player, pull out his rifle in time, does not get a kill, but he still finds some information. I believe he saw both of those players there, able to fall back. While that happens, Fabi and Jackie Chan both getting kills around the map. Mingyu does shade it out. Young Cho peeking out of Pop Dog, takes out Davey through the wall. There's now 2v3 left, but Fappy evens it up on a 2-on-2. Health advantage is on the UT Austin side. Balto peeks out, gets a kill. And now it's just Young Toad. We've seen him do some amazing things with his op. But now 1v2, maybe a little bit too tall of an order. He peeks out, he's not looking the right way. Gets sprayed down by Fappy.
And it looks like so far UT Austin is just able to use their aim, use their knowledge to hold off against North Texas's attacks. But the question is, can they do it again? Can they get themselves in a double OT position and then try from there to win it? Because if they can win this round, I think they've pretty much won the game, unless they allow one of those eco rounds that North Texas has become so famous for over the course of this game. I think that this round's incredibly crucial for both teams, but heavily favors UT Austin if they win it.
Oh, you don't know eco rounds if you didn't watch the Kentucky Tennessee game, because I'm not this was impressive, not as impressive as that game, but in either case, Jackie Chan takes out Divine, but not before Fappy fell really low. So a very close trade, but it does come out in favor of UT Austin. Saxon peeking out trying to find information. He may just barely be able to see. I believe Jackie Chan out of the smoke. He does, trying to line up the headshot. Maybe. Oh, he sees the head. Yeah, there he goes. Trying to plink it out. But no, actually, Davian says go spray through the smoke and take him out. So 5 for 3 right now. Mean Green on the back foot. They need to find some entries into this, try and even it up. And they've done it before. But Jackie Chan taking out Young Toad and then pushing through to take out GMO as well. This is pretty much done and dusted. It's just Hetty left. He just get one kill for himself. Smoking himself up, trying to go the back way. He is nowhere near the bomb there. In fact, he's going to the opposite side. Is able to take out Balto, though. Unfortunately, Balto couldn't secure that kill, but Jackie Chan is there to follow up, getting a 4 frag for himself this time around. Put 18-7, and like you said, Mean Green now very limited economy.
Yeah, and honestly, taking the first time out of the entire series
On the
at 18-17 might not be the best use of it, but it is going to give them some time to adjust, figure out what they want to do, and maybe discuss how they're going to go about trying to pull off this eco round victory. And right now, I'm trying to think of a way they could do it, and I think it just heavily relies on them both getting lucky with the site they go towards, which honestly, I think they're probably going to go towards B, because they know that UT Austin's been favoring these A sites. But it's also going to rely on their aim, because if these key players, Divine, Hetty, Saxon, the high frag players, the almost 30 bomb players, and in Saxon's case, the 30 bomb player, if they can hit these shots, and with 2 of them on AKs, it's looking like they're going to have that opportunity. If they can hit these shots and open up the rounds, they can get an early advantage, allow the lesser economically influenced players to come in and grab guns and be able to hold off the site. And I think if they can get those opening frags, I think that we could see a double OT here.
Yeah, well, it is very much possible. This has been not quite a neck and neck game. Looking at the first half, it was 10-5, and then once UT brought that back, it was pretty close the entire way around. So, and I know it's a little bit like thing to say this time at 18-17, but this really could go either way. There's no way to call it. even with Mean Green on a save round.
Yeah, and I think it's going to depend also on if UT Austin thinks that they're going to go towards B and sends players over there. And it looks like right now they're going to just go back into the setup on A. Going to place 4 players here, and already it looks like Mean Green's looking to go into A. So it looks like it's going to be a 5-on-4 fight.
Woo! Davey getting the first frag, taking out Hetty. This is going to be Saxon pushing through as well. Flappy, though, takes out GMO. Saxon wants more, though. He gets the first kill for his team, but Jackie Chan is taking out Divine. It's just Young Toad and Saxon left. Now it's just Saxon, 1 versus 3. Gets 1, actually gets 2. No, he only got 1. But then he gets taken out. And that is going to be UT coming back from a 10-5 first half to win this map today, going 1-1. North Texas going 0-2 in this first week.
Honestly, I mean, I told you 2 situations had to happen there for Mean Green to win it. They had to force up and hit their shots, and they had to go to the right site. And they picked the wrong site. And unfortunately, they were hitting some of their shots, but with so many players on that site with more equipment and better positioning to trade the kills, it just didn't turn out in their favor. If they did decide to go towards that B site, and of course, it was always a gamble. They didn't know if UT Austin would adjust and go B, if they would just stand their ground and stay A. And they chose, I think they were trying to fake out, or they weren't really trying to fake out because there was no way UT Austin could have been that close. But they were trying to kind of catch them off guard by going for multiple entrances at once. And it just doesn't pay off for them in the end. They aren't able to pull off the win, and UT Austin are able to pull off an overtime victory in 1917.
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely a good game by both teams, but safe to say that both teams have multiple things that they could learn from this going back and watching VODs. I don't actually know the frequency of teams going back and watching VODs, especially collegiate teams. You'd assume that they would.
This is CEVO, and CEVO is weird. You have to have MVP to get their VODs.
Well, no, they can just go back and watch us.
Oh, that's true.
Our VODs are on Twitch.
But then they have to listen to an idiot and the guy streaming for...
So an idiot and another idiot.
Yeah, so they get to listen to 2 idiots talk about their play, and then
yeah,
they take
that makes
our
it better.
advice,
You're
and then
welcome.
They lose every game.
Yeah, that's true. Our advice could be completely off base.
I mean, at the end of the day, we don't know what these teams are thinking. We don't know how they interact with each other outside. Balto could be a god and might have a bad game, which I'm assuming is what's happening here.
Well, I wouldn't say god,
honestly,
but I think it's safe to assume that he's just having a bad game because he was their initial opper. It was just he wasn't hitting their shots.
It wasn't like he was running out and throwing away his life. He was taking fights and just wasn't able to win them. And
yeah,
you can see the 3 main players, or at least the main fraggers from Mean Green, Saxon, Hetty, and Divine. They were just on top of their game, and they were probably just shutting him down everywhere he went. And that might have torn away at his mentality a little bit by bit, and then he was just kind of feeling out of it by the end. But honestly, I think it takes astounding mental strength from UT Austin to be down 5-10, bring it back. Once it gets to overtime, it's not as bad mentally for them. It's mainly, oh wow, we got to overtime. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Either way, this is a victory. But I think that early on, being down 5-10, even after getting the pistol, I think it took some work for them to try to get past that mental barrier and get those main frags to allow themselves to get the scoreline close enough that they could get it to them almost winning the entire thing. And then, of course, Mean Green ecoing them, which happened, I think, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
But let's go to an alternate dimension for a second.
Okay.
A parallel universe
where
Mean Green did not get those eco rounds.
Okay.
The scoreline would be 16-5 or something close to that, because a lot of the rounds on the T side were down because
wait 16-5 for who?
For UT Austin. Because on this T side, they just weren't able to fight, or on the CT side, they just weren't able to take those fights against the AKs most of the time because they had been so down economically, where they would just be forced down, and then North Texas would rack up a few rounds. They'd get on rifles. Maybe they'd win one. They'd get reset, another few rounds. And it just forced them down so low. But you could see on the T side, they were able to hit their shots. They were able to go out there and win those fights, and were able to bring it so close. So I think if those eco rounds didn't go the way of North Texas, this would have been a very lopsided game in the other direction towards UT Austin.
I don't know if I agree with how lopsided you're saying, but I definitely agree that the eco rounds did play an impact on keeping UT on the back foot. But also, we talk
also assuming on the T side they start out as strong as they were. So,
yeah, but you also have to look at we talked about this before during the first half. There were a lot of one-on-ones that they could have gone either way, and they just happened to keep going for North Texas, which not saying that like luck plays a major factor in this, but it's a little bit of luck involved in that. It's skill as well. Or it's like it's a guessing game on certain times, like we saw with Ken Well at that one point. He had to basically guess which way he wanted to look and like watch for the peak because he was out in the open, and so if just a few of those went towards UT's way, you're right. It could have ended at like, and the end of that way, it would have been a more even half, and then their more dominant T side would have launched them to victory. But also, imagine how good UT could be if we take how good they were on the second half especially, and then make Balto having showed up.
Honestly, I think that if he would have shown up, it wouldn't have gone overtime. I don't think it would have been as low on the first half. I think it would have been much closer. But it just, everything plays into it. I mean, you can also paint a picture of like, because think of it that way as well. If Fappy, because that paints a whole nother picture, because if Fappy then is allowed to get an AK and be more versatile, you could see he was hitting his shots. He was becoming one of those main players. And the thing about him as well is he was able to do it with a rifle and with an AWP. Because we saw rounds where with an AWP he'd get 2 or 3 frags, and the next round he'd be on a rifle, he'd also get 2 or 3 frags. So I think we're mainly talking about these high frag players, but you also got to look at the versatile players that are still able to get those frags.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Fappy was definitely one of them. I think he was a definite contender into why they were able to pull off that win.
Yeah, I will say like they're outside of Balto, who I think we both agree it looks like just from what we can tell is usually a better player than what we saw and just having a bad game. Everyone showed up at different points in the game. It wasn't like it was like a single stand-up performance on either side that was carrying both games. There were some people that were like getting frags more than others, but it wasn't like there was one person carrying. So both these teams I think are very, very solid, especially UT Austin, because they were effectively playing at times it felt like 4v5 from the start. So if Balto can get back into the form that should be expected of him, looking at his peers, I think UT especially could have as good of a performance this season as they have last season.
Yeah, definitely. And at the same token, if North Texas just works on, I don't even really. I'm trying to think about what they should work on because we've been focusing so much on UT Austin.
Yeah, because of the comeback.
Because of the comeback. But you also got to look at what could North Texas have done that they couldn't have that could have propelled them forward. Because at the end of the day, UT Austin came back, but also at the end of the day, they were in overtime. The score is even. You have as much money as you need practically for anything you want, at least on the first round. What really lost them that overtime? And I think at the end of the day, UT Austin woke up and they were hitting their shots. They were pushing forward, trading frags, just pushing their way in. Even on the defense, as the terrorists were pushing their way in, they were getting the shots. If one of them fell, they had a crossfire set up. And I think they really showed how their teamwork as well in their crossfire setups, UT Austin. I think that they really showed how that just dominated North Texas, even if North Texas had more players that were performing very well.
Okay. Well, I believe we've said enough about this. It is late. It is 11:21 on the East Coast for me right now. So I think that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Be sure to check out all that CSL has to offer this next coming week and weeks following. Definitely going to be some great stuff. If you're just interested in Counter-Strike, though, that is every Wednesday and Saturday at 4 p.m., 7 p.m. PST. So, yeah, definitely stick around for all of that. Thank you very much. I am Cameron Davis. This is Osto. Have a great night.
Only $14.99.
Don't miss the call. Download Band. Communication made easy.